Yeah, so tip number one would be to widen your positioning. I think it's real easy to say that like the NBA 3-point line, players tend to arrange themselves around the 3-point line, and the high school one is closer than the college one. The college one is closer than the pro one. So what you see in an NBA game is widen the positioning. Simply put, like where players stand is a little bit higher and wider as players tend to sort of arrange themselves around the 3-point line. So a high school one at 19.9 and a college one at whatever it is, 23 something at the top of the arc, but along the sidelines it's a little bit closer. But couldn't we still at the lower levels play higher and wider? Like we don't have to put our tippy toes on the line just because that's painted there, right? We could play off of it. We could initiate ball reversals sooner, or we could sort of like set our first action higher, or uh, you know, I often see high school teams, like even some in the bigger schools, the bigger cities that have like pretty big rosters. Like I've got a few clients in major cities, high level 5A, 6A basketball, who their rosters like college sized. And I'm like, you guys got to get off that 3-point line, man. Like the athletes are bigger and you need to space proportionally. And so yeah, just think about like maybe like I know some college teams, if you go to their practice gym, I have seen them putting spots down on the floor or even taping another 3-point line that's even further out than the college 3-point line. They're calling it the 4-point line just to sort of like habitualize that behavior of widening our positioning. Don't crowd the 3-point line, play off of it, and stretch that defense vertically and horizontally to open space for cuts and rolls and penetration and things like that.
I don't think there's any faster way for you to doom your possession than to start in poor alignment. Um,
Yeah.
just again, watching high school, middle school kids this week, I heard them communicate to each other. We need to get space better. But I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee that if you were to ask them what that means, they're just going to say get wider. And
Mm-hmm.
this year, the best thing that has helped our program has been us doing what you just said about taping down the spots so that I can hold those guys accountable to first they can look on the floor and see this is where I need to target. And then second, if they're not in those spots, I can free stuff and just simply say to them, look down, are you where you need to be? Because again, if you have players too close together, now you've narrowed driving lanes that increases turnovers, doesn't allow for cuts, doesn't open up space, and it's basically again the domino effect. Basically, you are doomed in your possession. There's going to have to be
Yeah.
somebody either jacking up a shot from really far out, or somehow um, just creating something that probably isn't there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.